What's up, guys? Welcome back to Adventures Repairs. Today we're doing something a little bit different. Well, yes, we're fishing. We're gonna be debunking some catfish myths. So we're gonna be having Micah, Porter, and Mason come fish with us, but like, they're not here yet. I'm the first one over here, so first off, we're not using chicken liver. We're actually using Smart Chicken drummets. This is still on its bluegill setup, so I'll have to fix that. I'm using this catfishing rod that I got on Christmas. It's got 50-pound line, and it's an ugly stick, so it should actually be pretty decent. I did put line on this semi recently, so hopefully it doesn't tangle on us. That's why I have some weights on there. Something I will also be doing to this bait is putting red Jello mix on it, because apparently the catfish really like Jello mix, or the smell of it at least, so we'll try that out. And yeah, there it is so far. I'm probably gonna mix it in a little bit, you know. All right, here's the chicken now. It's pretty much mixed in. I'm gonna fix this setup. I'm gonna cast this one, and you know, we'll hopefully get a bite. Grab a little bit of chicken. All right, it's on there. Also, my fingers are all red now. And then when that starts going, we know we have something. Had something on there for a minute. And okay, we've got both rods out, and Micah came to join us.
It's so gross. By the way, hold on.
Okay, myth number 1. So contrary to popular belief, you actually do not need to cast in the middle of the body of water to get something on your hook, because sometimes that's actually not the deepest part of the water, and we're looking for the deepest part. Most of the time, you should look for channels, drop-offs, and catfish holes, because that's where they'll most likely be. Another misconception is that it's illegal to use corn to fish. So, I don't know. I mean, it's not true. I looked it up on holy shit.
Hey,
Grab
did
it, grab
you
it,
get
grab
a
it,
fish?
grab it, grab it. As I was telling you that, I just got a bite.
It looks like a catfish.
How did that bite like that? Here, give me the rod. All right, give me.
Yo, I wasn't recording that entire time.
Okay. Here he is.
Yo, bro, which button's the record one?
So there he is.
Yeah.
Alright, he's actually only 1 pound. So you probably heard that that the whiskers of the catfish, or the barbels, they sting you. They do not. They're not barbed or anything. The barbels are like the noses. They don't sting you. This is how they smell so well. So also, this right here is a spine. Here, feel it, Micah?
No.
Okay, this is a spine. As you can see, they just hurt. Another thing that is actually said more often is that catfish are strictly bottom feeders. While yes, they are mostly on the bottom, they're not strictly bottom feeders. A lot of the time what will really happen, especially with live bait, is catfish will go to the surface of the water, start hunting for bluegill and stuff. So while yes, they are bottom feeders technically, you can still catch them on the surface and stuff. Hey, they got something.
Oh my goodness!
What's your guys' name?
Blake and
Blake Owen.
Hold the turtle. Hold the turtle. All right, Porter and Mason have arrived, and yeah. Ooh, we got a bluegill. Let's use his bait. His bait's getting played with right now. So another myth that's commonly said is that you can't really catch catfish during the winter. The bites might be slower because they're more sluggish, but with my experience, they're actually bigger because it's not mating season yet, and they had to put on more fat because they're kind of like bears where they eat a lot before they get really sluggish because there's not really going to be much out. So yeah, winter catfishing, you could probably catch the bigger catfish. So I changed it up a little bit. I put deer meat on the white rod, and then I kept the Jello chicken on the green rod because why not?
So out there's these little not as much moving pieces of water, and that's the channels. It's a deep water. That's where they hide.
So in a little bit, we're gonna reel in and change spots over there. What do you get?
That's a bass.
Oh, you got a.
That's not a small bass.
That's a big bass.
Hey, you got a bass. Why did you need the net?
I didn't know.
Tight.
Take a picture.
Another myth is that catfish mostly bite at night, and I can say that's probably not true. I've been night fishing for catfish. It's not as good as midday. I would actually say that around dinner time is when you should go catfishing. Also, I had to leave after this clip, but Mason caught a catfish and a snapping turtle.
We got one.
Yep. As soon as Lincoln leaves, start catching fish.
Oh, I did.
Yep.
All right, so it's the next day. We're in a different side of the pond to see if we get more action here. But I don't have the chicken or the deer meat today. I have hot dogs. So I'm gonna actually show you a pretty good way to put hot dogs on your line without like having them fall off or anything. Just take a piece of a hot dog, cut it with your knife, and then take a treble hook. And you take the hot dog and you push it through the eye of the hook. Then you have all the hooks sticking out. And then you can tie your line on there. So I've got a weight, a swivel, and a treble hook. Something else I hear a lot is people saying how catfish can't stay out of water for very long. And this is semi-true. Most catfish can stay out of water for a few hours at a time. But the thing is, their skin has to be kept moist. And usually for it to stay out for like several hours, it has to be pretty humid. But yeah, it won't die if you just hold it out of water for a little bit. They're more of a hardy fish than others. So like Mason said a little bit ago, those little whitish stripes that aren't moving as much, those are channels. That's where I'm gonna cast at.
Few hours later.
All right, we kind of moved spots because that area really sucked. Also, Mike is here. So we haven't had any action with the catfish over here, but there's turtles over there. Right there. You can see the bite marks in this hot dog. Therefore, either a catfish or a turtle is biting.
Lost his mind. I got aim. I was born to shoot.
All right, I got it.
It would be nice if we had a better angle.
He's a little bit on edge right now. Mike is a little bit.
Stop.
Is he?
Stop.
Turtle. No, I didn't.
Well, that's going in the bloopers.
Guys, it kind of.
I don't know. It's kind of nice.
But I was in fact getting bites. There's turtle bite marks right here. I'm a very experienced fisherman, as you can totally see.
It's not.
I'm gonna be the next outdoor boys.
Hopefully. Proceeds to not catch anything for another hour.
All right, myth 7. I'm pretty sure everybody who's fished for catfish has heard this one before, but it feels like everybody's heard that in their lake there is a giant Volkswagen-sized catfish. The story usually goes that there were 2 divers underwater fixing up a dam or doing some maintenance to it for whatever reason, and in the dark, murky water, they turn around with their flashlights and they see a giant Volkswagen-sized catfish just staring at them. And for some reason, in every variation of the story, the only unit of measurement to describe this catfish is a Volkswagen. First off, why a Volkswagen? Second, I don't think this is true because the biggest catfish ever recorded is 280 pounds. I don't think they just made this myth out of nowhere. Maybe there's some truth to it. Whether they saw just a big catfish and the water made it look bigger, or they're just straight up exaggerating the size. I'm pretty sure there's not a Volkswagen-sized catfish just swimming around in every lake. Alright guys, thanks for watching. That was all the myths that I really cared to explain. I'm really too lazy to do anything else. So thanks for watching. Make sure to go watch our other videos. And make sure to comment what you want to see on this channel because I'm kind of running out of ideas. Peace.